Look at those sheep. Traders, don't be sheeps, man. Look at those sheep. Don't be a sheep. Don't be a sheep. But anyways, let's get into today's video. It's going to be about trading psychology, and not as much psychology in the sense of how to manage your psychology, but more in terms of trading styles and how different trading styles affect your psychology in the long run. What I recommend for you getting into trading and how you should progress, and from my personal experience, what I would recommend all of you do. But first, let's go for a bit of a drive. Damn, son. Yeah. See those geese, bro? Be like those geese. They're just chilling, patient. Ah, of course. The hell's that? Oh no, that's something. Today's video has nothing to do with chart work, right? I wanted to do this whole thing where I drive and talk, but I can't find all the gear. And it's actually quite windy outside. The light is kind of nice. Obviously, you see the sun rays. It's quite beautiful. It's quite calming. And I think especially after gold, Euro, JPY, and especially NASDAQ from yesterday running so beautifully, it's only right, that I give you guys a little bit of an outside view rather than just the studio. So today has nothing to do with chart work. Today I want to talk to you guys about, like I said, the trading psychology. Now, here's my thing. This video is more orientated to people who are new to the trading game. You can call it the trading game, right? What I would recommend, and this is where I started off, is when you start trading, right? You see everyone hitting 10 entries per trade, quick in and out. And the way I started trading was not like that. It's not the, I would say it's not the correct way, in quotes. What I recommend to everyone starting out trading is swing trading. Okay, it's where you take entries on higher time frames, you hold trades for 2, 3, 4 days. I wouldn't say a week, like that's quite long, but it's a bit longer than day trading, but it's not entirely swing trading. We hold a trade for 2, 3, 4 days. I recommend everyone that starts out, whether you trade with a $20 account or $1,000 account or $10,000 account, if you're new to trading, I recommend start with day/swing trading. And the reason this is because it teaches you patience, right? It teaches you that when you enter a trade, it doesn't just shoot off in your direction and makes you a couple pips worth of money and then you get out, right? It teaches you how to sit on your hands, how to watch the market play, how to watch it go against you and then for you and then against you and then for you, right? It forces you to be disciplined because you can see that thing run all the way until it's like 1 pip away from your stop loss and then turn around and hit your TP. And it also teaches you not to be greedy. You can watch that thing run 10 pips away from your TP, turns around, shoots up, stop loss, you're out, you're done. And then from there, once you have mastered that, I would say then skip day trading. So you go from swing trading to scalping. Okay, scalping is going to teach you how to be quick, not necessarily as accurate, but how to be quick. It's going to help you improve your accuracy, and obviously if you apply the supply and demand that I teach, that's a nice car. It's going to help you with that, right? Because now you've mastered the patience, right? Now with scalping you shouldn't use to be in for 10, 20 pips. Scalping you should use to nail your entries, right? Yes, you can only catch 10 or 20 pips and then close your entry and you're done for the day. But you've now mastered your patience and your discipline of waiting, because sometimes what happens, even if you're a scalper, you enter a trade and the trade doesn't just move in your favor. Sometimes the trade hangs, it ranges, it just doesn't go for you. Sometimes you enter a trade and the next 2, 3, 1 minute candles or 3 minute candles just push against you. And you're just like sitting there like, oh shit. But if you've mastered the discipline of waiting to see how it plays, you've studied the patterns that it does, like on higher time frames, okay, on a smaller time frame, I entered, maybe my entry was a bit quick or a bit late. This is what it's going to do. But it's going to help you be quick. It's going to help you scale in, right? Because the way we trade, we analyze on a higher time frame, we go down to a 3 or 2 minute time frame. Once we get that break of structure or failure to break, and then retest, that is where we enter, okay? And that is where you need to be quick. And that's why I'm always saying, like, yes, we do signals, but you need to learn to trade without signals, because if you really get this to this level of accuracy where you are like, hit it, stop loss, TP, you're done. By the time I share a signal, that thing has already moved 30, 40 pips, right? Because of the way we enter, the accuracy and all that. So that's what I recommend. I recommend you start with swing trading to learn the patience, to learn that when you take a high accuracy entry, for it to complete that move can take a day, 2 days, 3 days, right? So it's not entirely swing trading, but it's a bit more than day trading. And then you skip day trading because you started swing. So you skip day trading, you go into scalping. Because with scalping, you practice consistent entries, right? Yes, scalping is going to give you like quicker profits. It's also going to give you quicker losses. So the idea is you want to practice scalping to get quick. Now that you're quick, you go back to swing trading, scale into a smaller time frame, and you apply the quickness with the patience. So you get your sniper entry, stop loss placed, TP placed, and then go sit on your hands and you watch it play out. Okay. Once you've mastered those, you've mastered the patience, you've mastered the quickness, the reaction to seeing that happens, boom, done, placed. Then you go into the middle, which is day trading. That is where you can start trading, taking a pair that runs for a couple hours, maybe a day max, maybe a day and a half max, right? That is where, you can start looking at trading things like news events if you understand fundamentals. I personally understand it like a little bit, but I trade technicals because my technicals are very accurate in the sense of I know exactly where to place a stop loss, where to place a TP. And even though my trades don't always reach TP, it always makes profit, right? It always goes into some amount of profit, which you can also always take partials from and then trade your stop loss. But then you can go into trading like small events such as news, for example, right? Where you can get a setup maybe just before news happened, take your setup, and then once you go into that smaller time frame and you scope that movement happening, right? You quick place that entry, go back out to the higher time frame, and you place your TP, because you target the higher time frame zones. So the reason I'm saying this has to do with your psychology is because the thing that messes you up is it's mainly discipline and patience. Discipline and patience go hand in hand, right? It's a beautiful sunset. Well, the sun's too high. So when you have the patience, you have to be disciplined. And by that I mean, I'm just going to hold on for these cars. And by that I mean, the thing is, you've now taken this trade, right? Now news happens, shit, maybe it shoots against you. But it hasn't hit your stop loss. And you're also not really freaking out because you know in your head, okay, that entry is as close to sniper accuracy as it can be. My stop loss is at a place where if it hits it, I know it's going against me definitely, right? It's not like it's going to fake it. There's no such thing as a fake out. I always teach us. If a fake out is just inaccuracy in the market or your lack of understanding, right? So a fake out, if you go back test a fake out, right? It's always the same pattern that it will do before it goes in your favor, right? So there's no such thing. You need to study these things. You need to know these things. But the thing is, if you start trading news events, you start day trading, which is what most people do because it's quick money. You don't have to wait 3-4 days for it. You know when you take that entry and news happens and it goes against you, you know you have no reason to freak out because your stop loss is accurate as can be, your entry is as good as it can be, your risk reward will always be 1 to 3 minimum. I think most of the trades we usually share is like 1 to 5, 1 to 7. My mentor, the trades he takes is usually like 1 to 18. And they play out to the T. I mean, even I'm not perfect. I need to learn. But that's pretty much what it comes down to is first start with patience. Start with holding trades for long times. Start with holding trades for a couple of days. Even if it goes against you, don't be upset because you're teaching yourself like patience. You're disciplining yourself to wait. It's a farm town thing, right? And now that you've disciplined yourself to wait and you force yourself to be patient, go scalp. Get used to having fun. Get used to making flipping $20 to $80 in like 10 minutes, right? Get used to it. But then go apply that skill and that accuracy to a more sustainable way of trading. Now, people always ask me, scalping, day trading, swing trading, right? Which one is the most sustainable thing? And my comments on that is the one that you can practice the most consistently, right? It's a rhetorical answer because they ask you which one's the most sustainable and consistent. And listen, most people scalp and they have a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, which I don't like, and they don't have a stop loss, right? So there's no risk management. If you don't have risk management, you can't become sustainable, right? Because sustainability has everything to do with capital management, growth management, loss management, all that. But you can also not be consistent, because without a stop loss, you can't have a fixed risk reward, right? Or a minimum risk reward at least. So in terms of your psychology, you teach yourself patience, you teach yourself accuracy, because with patience and accuracy, you know if this goes against you because it will go against you. Like, it's not a fake out. It's like, you know, when you take that trade, you know, if it goes against me, I fucked up. It's nothing else. Then you need to practice consistency. So what I was saying, sorry, I'm getting off track here. It's the ADD. So what I'm gonna say is, listen, if you practice all of these, right? If you practice swing trading, scalping, and day trading, right? Then you have experienced all of them. You have experience in all of them, but you have also experienced them. You've experienced the emotions that come with them, the frustrations that come with them, the money, the losses. You've experienced it all. And then you have to look at what lifestyle do you have, right? Now, I'm not talking about being flashy and this and that. I'm talking about, are you working full time and you rely off of signals? Are you working full time and you don't take signals, you take your own trades, but obviously you can't really manage entries and stuff? Or do you trade for yourself and, you know, you got to figure those things out. And then you have to look at it and say, okay, how does this fit into my life? Okay. We have people in a group that work full time and they rely heavily off of signals. So what I mostly do is, because I'm also busy, I can't always sit and watch for proper confirmations on smaller time frames. So what I do is, I will sit, I think that's the farmer for this farm. I will sit and I will place limit entries, but I will go back test a pair, right? I will look at, and this is what I recommend you do. If you say, hold on, maybe we need a new location. Okay, it's a new location, I promise. So here's what I was going to say, right? When it comes to backtesting, what you need to do. First of all, you figured out your lifestyle. You figured out, can you sit and watch the charts? Can you not? If you cannot sit and watch the charts, what I tell people to do is backtest. Find 2 or 3 pairs. That's all you need. Even just 1 pair is good enough. And go and backtest it. Draw your zones. Draw your trend lines. Draw everything that you need to draw, right? Because you're new to this, you don't need to have a clean chart. You can have a messy chart while you figure your stuff out and simplify it for yourself. Is the guy gonna drive into me? No, shit. But you need to backtest, right? So you then need to go sit and say, okay, you go on. This is not a this way of backtesting is a bit different. For this, you're gonna go on, for example, a 4-hour. You draw your supply, your demand. You mark where you would enter stop loss TP, and then you move along and you watch as the market taps in. You put your trade, like it's like you place your trading view buy or sell thing, right? And then you have to literally sit and make notes. It's all about data. You have to sit and make notes, and you have to check, right? This trade on the 4-hour, I make 3 wins out of 5 trades, for example. Or I make 2 wins out of 5 trades, but what are those risk rewards and are you happy with them? Are you not? Then you go and you do it on the 1 hour. You go do it on the 30 minutes. You go do it on the daily. Because the thing is, why you need to do it this way and not the way where you draw a 4-hour and then a 1 hour inside and then 30 minutes and then, you know, that way, is because you won't be able to sit and watch what it does when it gets to those zones. So you need to go figure out which zones on which pair is the most respected on what time frame if you're going to trade that way, right? That is how you backtest it. And it doesn't just apply to the swing trading, it applies to scalping as well. If you're a full-time scalper, you need to figure out what pair gives you what confirmations on what time frame the most times, as well as how many of those trades are wins, how many of them are losses. What is your minimum risk reward? If you can only place a 1 to 2, don't take it. I always trade nothing less than 1 to 3, right? Even though I might close my trade at 1 to 2, 1 to 3, it's about the stop loss against to target thing as well. So your 1 to 3 might be my 1 to 5, but we target the same amount. It's all based on entry and stop loss size and that. But even as a scalper, you do need to go and backtest. All right, you're going to scalp on 3 minutes? Cool. Draw your things. Backtest it. What is the maximum? If you always draw 1 to 3, what is the maximum amount that it always goes into profit? Does it always push past your TP? Does it always come close to your TP? Make notes of those things so that when you actually go and you sit and scalp and you take that entry, you know TP here, but you have to trail your stop loss because there's a good chance it's going to turn right before your TP, right? Or you can let it kind of run because it usually pushes past. And the thing is, a little thing that I like to do, and this is what people from TikTok also don't seem to get, is because I put on TikTok I have a 92% profitability rate. And people immediately go, but if you're that profitable, why aren't you like a millionaire? Why aren't you successful? And the thing is, like, first of all, I fucked around for the first 3 or 4 years of trading. I've been in it for 6 years now. But the thing is that you need to remember, it's not a 92% TP hit rate. It's a 92% profitability rate. And this I have spreadsheets for that I calculate my things on and all that, right? Also, 92% is only on VIX, the volatility indices, because there's no news influence. When it comes to Forex, it goes down to about 87%. But the profitability factor comes in when I enter a trade, it usually shoots in my favor, right? Doesn't mean it hits TP, but it goes into profit. And usually when my trade goes about 1 to 2, 1 to 3 into profit, I will take partials and I'll put my stop loss on break even or bit in profit. Or I will leave it where it is depending on how the market structure is formed. But now what does that mean? It means my trade hasn't reached TP, but I've already taken profit from it. So even if it goes back and it hits my stop loss in a loss, those profits I took should still counter it. And that is like, so in the end of the day, it comes back to like, I'm compounding partials until my trade actually runs in my favor. It's a way I found, especially if you trade something like VIX that moves quickly, it's a way I found to be more profitable is to compound, you know? And I'm not talking about compound interest. I'm just talking about like, take partials where you can, trail your stop loss, manage your risk. And over time, you will see the amount you make is more than the amount you lose, right? But when it comes to psychology, I think this is where I would like to end this as well, is like, it's just to say, my recommendation is, because we have a lot of new guys here, we also have a lot of people in here that have been trading for a very long time, but they've only been scalping, or they've only been trading one style. I recommend for the new people, start swing trading, learn patience, force yourself to sit on your hands and watch that trade go against you, and then for you, and then against you, and then for you. But force yourself to sit there, not take action, watch it play, watch it hit your stop loss. Cool, that has happened. Close your laptop, done. Tomorrow you come back, reanalyze, you do the same thing. Now it hits your TP. Cool, you can be happy for 2 minutes, stop being happy. Close your charts, you're done. Leave. Next day you come back, clean your charts, reanalyze. Do that. Learn swing trading, learn patience. Then go scalp. Because now you've got the patience, but now you don't need it because you're quick. You teach yourself to be quick. Cool, you've done that. Now, day trade, trade news. Let the news play with your emotions. Let the news take some money. Let the news give you some money. But like I've explained, by the time you get to day trading, you've mastered the patience of swing trading. You've mastered the speed and accuracy of sniping. So you know when trades go against you, my entry is as good as it possibly can be. My stop loss is as accurate and as minimal as it can be without being like too tight, like it's always like exact. And my TP is always at the next swing high or swing low, depending on whether you're selling or buying or whatnot, right? or by the next or previous supply zone or demand zone or whatnot, right? But those are my tips. I'm not going to give you some chat GPT script that I had planned, which was talking about like how to manage psychology. Like, this is my recommendation coming from someone who's been through this, right? And then just lastly, if you're going to find yourself someone who sends signals, right, because you can't trade, do yourself a favor and actually study the content they provide you. Even if you don't trade yourself, just so you understand, just so when that person sends you a signal and you take a loss, you can actually look at the chart that was shared and then go look at your own and realize, okay, this person probably went wrong because they missed this zone or that, right? Because even we as people who've been trading for a long time, we make mistakes. It happens. We're not perfect. I don't sleep a lot. Sometimes I have other people take trades on my behalf because like, I can't. Like, we are just people, right? Remember, you're just human. You're going to take losses. You're going to take profits. You're going to hit break evens. You're going to sit in a range for 2 days. It's going to happen regardless of whether you swing trade, snipe, day trade. Okay. Lastly, indicators. Please do not rely on indicators for entries, for market direction. We don't use indicators, right? You will never see a Fibonacci thing drawn on my chart. Yes, what I do tell people is what you can do is when you draw your zones that I teach, you are more than welcome to go draw Fibonacci and just see if it falls within those optimal entry areas, because you obviously want confidence for a trade, right? But never rely on it for an entry. Never take a buy simply because Fib has wicked off of the 61.8 or 78.6 level 3 times. That's literally something you drew over a chart and now you're going to take a trade. Don't. Please make sure you understand what is taught. Make sure you force yourself to be patient, to be quick, to be accurate, because you have to be disciplined, right? At the end of the day, trading is, you can start with a $100,000 account, you can start with $1 million account, you can start with a $10 account. If you are disciplined and consistent, you will grow that money. Trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Even if you're very accurate, you can make money quickly, yes, but it has to be sustainable. Trading is a long-term game, okay? And at the end of the day, once you've practiced all these things, right, you have to sit and talk to yourself and be like, okay, is this what I want to do? Because trading is not for everyone, okay? And the reason this whole Now Capital thing started was because people are getting scammed by either robots or just people selling the same shit. And my problem with today is there's so many things on social media teaching you different names, change of character. Bro, when I started trading 6 years ago, there was no such thing as a change of character or a break. Well, there was a break of structure, but like change of character, fair value gaps. What is that SMC bullshit? Like, I'm honest, okay? SMC is really complicated. I don't trade it. I understand it, but I don't trade it because for me, it's useless. When people talk about liquidity zones getting tapped, fair value gaps getting tapped, bro, it always taps the supply and demand zone. Go back test. It's the same shit. People are teaching you the same thing in different ways with different words. You're paying people hundreds and hundreds of thousands of rands for the same shit. Okay? Let me not rant on. It's about psychology. I need you to understand. You need to look at all these things. You need to do all these things, and then you need to decide what type of trader you're going to be. Well, firstly, do you want to trade? Yeah? Cool. What type of trading style suits your life the best? Not what do you want, what suits your life the best, because what you want and what's going to work the best is two different things. Cool. This suits my life the best. Practice. Am I really good at this? No. Should I try another trading style? Maybe. Try that. Are you really good at that? Yeah. Does it fit your life? No. Okay. You're going to continue trading, or you're going to change your life. These are actual things you need to think about that ties into your psychology at the end of the day. Because if you know, like, shit, I can't really do this, but I want to do this because I can make money. Bro, at the end of the day, that trade's going to run $100, $200, $300 in profit. But you're still going to sit at work and be stressed because, shit, I can't watch my trade. I can't manage this. But meanwhile, if you just made the way of trading and all those decisions from an early stage on, you will never stress. You will take 5 losses in a row. You will never stress. You won't be phased because you know you're consistent, you're disciplined, you know that win will come, you will recover. We all have bad months. This is the month of April. Bro, or guys, girls, ladies, whoever's watching this, I'm down 10% for the month. Like my students aren't, everyone's up, right? The reason I'm down is because I wanted to mitigate risk too early. So when my trades went into profit, like a little bit, instead of waiting for proper structure to form, I put my stop loss in profit too early, right? So I got taken out as like 4 pips or 4% or 3%, whatnot, right? And then my trade goes my way. We're on 4 trades now that I missed this month because I either canceled my order and the other 3, I put my stop loss into profit too early. Even though my members and my students and my friends are up, I'm down 10% for the month because of my own lack of discipline, right? It happens. We all go through these stages, but you need to make these decisions and make these choices from an early stage. Practice them, apply them. If you literally take 6 months, sounds long. 6 months is not long. If you take 6 months and study what I teach and apply it vigorously for like 2 months, you will beat people that have studied for a year half-assly. You will beat them after 2 or 3 months just in discipline, psychology, consistency, profitability. Okay, this has just been a quick video on trading psychology, and I'm glad I could actually cover a bit extra in terms of, you know, some things around psychology. At the end of the day, we're all here to make money, right? I don't get why people like for example, one more rant, and you can clip this for TikTok, you're welcome to, because I know people watch my videos but they don't like me. That's fine. Listen, these people selling bots, right? I don't hate any of you. I know the one guy that's very famous, we all know him. He actually disses me in comments and stuff because he thinks I hate him. Bro, I don't hate anyone. In fact, I've got a strategy on a scalping strategy for VIX that I want to turn into a robot, and then I want to give it to people for free, right? I want to do that. But my thing is just these people selling these bots, and then the people in the comments go, oh, but you make us lose money and then you win money. Why not just watch my content? It's free. It's literally on YouTube. You don't even have to be in the Discord. And then go apply that terminology to your bots and make them as accurate. I'm not doing that because I tell you what, you can't even apply all that into your bot, but you can apply some of it. Why not? Why? Like, I don't get why people hate on each other, right? It's also a psychology thing. I want to be better. I want to make more money, this and that. But they're missing the point, right? I get people sell bots and they make money, and I could have done it as well. I could have made millions in 2 weeks with this Discord, but I didn't, right? But people miss the point. Instead of bot creator 1 and bot creator 2, or trader 1 and trader 2 hating on each other, work together, right? 1st of May, I'm adding a second person into our Discord that's going to share signals and do mentorship on my behalf and all that. Like, I'm still going to be there. I'm still going to do everything together. But when I'm busy in the day, he will do the live streams and the trades and stuff. When I'm not, when he's busy at night or has load shedding, I can take over, right? Partnership. People in the Discord, everyone benefits from it. Even I benefit from it, psychologically wise, because I have more time to finish up the things I need to finish up. So I'm not as stressed when I go into trading for the team. And the same on his side, right? So that's the thing. Psychology is not just some tips that ChatGPT is going to give you. It's literally, you have to teach yourself what works the best for your psychology. You have to apply it. You have to be disciplined. And then you need to make tough choices. Tough choices never last. Only tough people do. Exactly. And then you need to build off of that, right? This video is a bit long. I know, I understand. There's nothing to do with chart work. Next video, we'll do some chart work. But I need you guys to actively listen to what I'm saying, because I'm just some 23-year-old, almost 24, who's been in this game for a very long time. What do I know, right? But here I am. And I'm trying to save everyone a lot of time and a lot of money wasted. And that's what I'm saying. You need to look at these things and realize how serious it is, and you need to apply it to your trading life and just your lifestyle in general. And I promise you, I guarantee you, you'll improve in accuracy, your mindset will improve. And then when all that improves, your life improves, right? So that's it for today. I hope I was able to share some tips with you in how you should proceed into the near future. And this isn't just for the new guys, it's for the old guys as well, who's only been swing trading, who's only been scalping. Do it. Take 2-3 months and go apply these different styles of trading, and you will realize things. You will realize things you've always missed. You'll realize consistent things that always cause you to lose money. You just need to do these things, right? Anyways, I appreciate everyone's support, everyone that's in the premium side as well as everyone that's on the free side. I appreciate your support. And let's continue making trading in South Africa a beautiful thing again. We're going to get rid of all these scammers. We're going to surpass all them. We're going to make money. And yeah, let's improve everyone's lives, and let's spread the word, and let's help build our capital so we can help more people. I'll catch you in the next one.